And a very good evening to you all, wherever you may be watching from, and welcome to first broadcast of the year here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. My name is Zach Roseman. Glad that you're here with us on about the best possible weather evening you could have for August 27th in southwestern Illinois. We're here for some boys soccer, as you can see, as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Triad Knights. Collinsville come into today's game with a record of 0-1 following their 3-0 loss to Columbia Monday evening. And the Kahawks are coached by Rob Lukey, who in his 9th season has a record of 126 wins, 53 losses, and 7 ties for his coaching tenure. Triad, the visitors for today, they come in at 1-0. They also played their first game of the year on Monday and were able to pick up a pretty nice win by the score of 3-1 over the Panthers of O'Fallon. They are coached by Jim Jackson in his 13th season now as the coach of the Knights, and in that time he has a record of 201 wins, 72 losses, and 19 ties. We did have a JV game earlier that was won by the JV Knights by the score of 3-0. It was scoreless at the half, and then Triad were able to pretty quickly, about 30 seconds into the second half, pick up the first goal, and they were able to add 2 more to pick up the win. We'll go ahead and take our first break here on the KR Broadcast Club Network. We'll be back in just a moment to introduce our color commentator for the evening, and as well as talk about anything else that interests us here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Are you a collector of sports trading cards and other sports memorabilia? Then you need to check out Rippin' Rookies Cards and Collectibles in Collinsville. Rippin' Rookies specializes in sports cards from all the major sports, MLB, NBA, NFL, plus Star Wars cards and more. Rippin' Rookies buys, sells, and trades cards and other memorabilia, and they have a large selection of single and graded cards. Walk-ins at Rippin' Rookies are welcome, or you can set up an appointment for large collections at sales@rippinrookies.com. Rippin' Rookies, 102 East Clay Street in the Old Herald Complex. Open Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Rippin' Rookies, Collinsville sports card and memorabilia destination.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Mike and Sarah's Produce in Collinsville is a one-stop destination for seasonal fruits, vegetables, and more. Located at 116 North Bluff Road, Mike and Sarah's Produce features fresh selections of your favorite fruits and veggies, from cherries, peaches, and watermelons to corn, tomatoes, and zucchini. You can find all of your produce needs at Mike and Sarah's. Seasonal favorites such as pumpkins in the fall, summer peaches, spring asparagus, and more. Plus, Mike and Sarah's Produce is a go-to in the spring for flowered plants, hanging baskets, and a large selection of fresh seafood. Mike and Sarah's Produce, 116 North Bluff Road in Collinsville. Stop by today. Looking for something to get your student involved in? Maybe joining the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team is that something. Created in 2017, the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team has joined a long line of area schools in one of the fastest growing and safest sports in the country. Trap shooting is a fun, team-oriented outdoor sport that offers friendship, competition, and teamwork, all in a safe and fun environment that encourages students to be part of a team in which they will learn valuable skills and are encouraged to engage in community involvement through volunteering and mentoring. If Collinsville Trap sounds like something your student would be interested in, call Collinsville Trap at 618-795-9893 or visit Collinsville Kahok Trap on Facebook, 618-795-9893. Looking for a new place to catch the game with a cold drink and some great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large-screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all of the pro sports across the spectrum, and all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
We welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Kahok Stadium. I'd like to take the opportunity now to introduce our new color commentator. On the other microphone is Matt Langley. Matt is a 2009 graduate of Collinsville High School and a Kahok soccer alum. So I'd like to officially welcome you to the broadcast and thank you again for taking time out of your day to come and do this with us.
Of course. This is amazing. Very happy to be here. And, yeah, ready to call the game.
Yeah, so just a couple minutes away here from the introduction of the starting lineups. Both teams out there, well, Triad at least out there finishing up their warm-ups, and we'll have got the referees meeting with the coaches and the captains. Obviously, still just the second game of the year, but one thing that's kind of nice about this summer, at least this year, compared to the past couple of years, weather has been very nice. Past couple of years, this time it's been really, really, really hot, and this year it thankfully hasn't been. We've got temperatures down in the upper 70s, probably a little cooler than that now. Not much wind to speak of, really. Pretty much ideal conditions for soccer, I would say.
Got a proper atmosphere here.
Yeah, it's a solid crowd on hand, a fair amount of Triad fans making the fairly short trip down to take in some soccer action. It should be a fun time. We'll go ahead and run through the starting lineups real quick here for both teams. For Triad, in goal will be Damian Jordan. He is a junior. In front of him you will find Reed Heffron, Colby Wheat, Aiden Novich, Carter Eade, Braden Kelly, TJ Allison, Bryce Merkel, Caden Lutz, Eli Noonan, and Braden Littikin. And for Collinsville, Braden Henson getting the start in goal. In front of him will be Mikey Suarez, Jake McIntyre, Tyler Hunnebrinker, Giovanni Mann, Ty Starko, Gage Hensley, the sophomore, getting his first varsity start. TJ Carter, Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, Dominic Mann, and Enrique Carranza. We'll go ahead and take one more break here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network for the introduction of the starting lineup to the crowd and playing in the national anthem. We'll be back for the start of action here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that, as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121, or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, And finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
We welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium. Zach Roseman and Matt Langley here with you. Starting lineups have been introduced to the solid crowd on hand here tonight. Wednesday night soccer game. Collinsville are out there in the home purple uniforms, white numbers, kind of a lighter purple on the shoulders, purple socks, and a white stripe down the shorts. Braden Henson, the goalkeeper for Collinsville, is in a sky blue color. Triad out there in the road whites, white tops, white shorts, red numbers. Goalkeeper for Triad, Damian Jordan, in a green jersey with black shorts. And 7 o'clock start. Scheduled start. Looks like we're going to be about 15 minutes late getting on, but not too bad all things considered. It'll be Triad to put it into play in the form of...
Triad will put the ball in play, open the game.
I think that is Braden Kelly who will put it into play for the Knights here. Referee blows his whistle, and we are underway. Knights will quickly play it forward up off of the head of Wheat, but Kahawks are able to fight away. Ball. Hernandez Mendoza able to come up and make a push, but Triad regaining possession. And floating through into the middle, and able to roll all the way to Henson, actually. A little bit of an opportunity there. Some contact there put on.
Yeah, not enough to call a penalty. Forward might have been peeling for it.
And then there, ball played up to Carranza. Carranza with it, work it over onto the wing here for Hunnebrinker. And Hunnebrinker trying to play it back to Carranza, but it'll be knocked around, eventually pushed forward by Starko, and then off the head of one of the Knights players, that is Eid. Played up to Hernandez Mendoza, back now to Giovanni Mann, and eventually it'll be played back to Henson, who pops it up into the air and off of the head of Bryce Merkel, one of the defenders for Triad. Over on the far wing with it are the Knights, and they'll work it up into the middle of the field, pushing forward, and cleared away there by the Kahawk defense, left by Suarez, and deflected out there off of McIntyre off of the foot of Lidekin. So it'll be a throw in here for Triad from right in front of the Kahawk bench.
Off the start, it looks like if Collinsville can get the ball from outside in the back, we can counter really quickly. There's a lot of space.
Carter with it, trying to push it forward, and eventually corralled by the Knights, and they'll play it up along the sideline, but redirected into the middle, and they'll just recycle it. We'll try, now playing it over here onto the near side for Merkel, and he'll move up into the offensive zone, and knocked around there, we'll say last touched by Hernandez Mendoza, and Triad will throw it in here pretty quickly. Carranza able to volley that one.
Both teams really just feeling each other out at the moment.
Yeah, second game of the year for both teams. Just 2.5 minutes in. All headed away off of Carranza, says the referee, so it'll be another throw in here for the Knights. And it will come here from Aidenovic.
Looks like he's lining up for a long throw here.
Yeah.
Almost like a corner.
Yeah, gets onto it pretty good. Off of a Kahawk player's head, knocked around in the box, and a shot and a goal.
Ooh.
Or no. We have a...
Yep. I was going to say, Collinsville's going to be pretty upset if they didn't get that handball. It was a pretty blatant there.
All right. Handball prevents the goal, and so we will get back underway. Henson will push it forward into the air off of the head of Novich. And pushed forward again by the Knights. Karan's able to corral it. And pushing it forward up for Hensley. Carter able to get to it, but it's banked off of Hensley out of bounds, and it'll be another throw-in for the Knights. Played over here onto the side for Merkel. And working it now, eventually back to Eade. Popped up into the air. Played there by Lutz. And ball worked around by Triad here into the midfield.
Kahawks did well to press on this right side here. Couldn't get anything out of it, though.
Yeah.
That'll be something they're going to look for.
Long ball sent there, but cleared away nicely by Starko. And it'll be another throw-in from the Knights. Tried able to gain some territory, but Kahawks will have the opportunity to get their defense set here. Looks like that's Novich again, so looks like he's going to gear up one of those longer ones.
Novich has like a 20-yard run up here.
Gets it out there a long ways, though.
Oh, yeah.
Bounces around off of a Kahawk head and eventually cleared away by Dominic Mann, and it will roll into the Kahawk bench, so at least the pressure just a little bit, but it will be another throw in here for Triad, as looks like it'll be Allison who will come up and take the throw in this time. And bounced around in the middle, and not a very clean strike there from the Kahawk defender, but it'll work out okay as it's sent up down into the Triad defensive zone. But nobody wearing the purple and white able to provide much pressure until now. Hernandez Mendoza with it.
They got numbers if they can find them.
As that'll go out of bounds off of the foot of Merkel, and so it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. Be taken here by Hunnebrinker. Push forward up into the box and headed away by Knights defender Hernandez Mendoza, fighting for it, but eventually cleared away there by, I believe that was Merkel. Ball out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for Triad. Looking to go quickly here was Wheat, but we've got a infraction of some kind committed here by Triad.
Should be a foul throw-in, I believe, Zach.
Okay, yeah, stepped over. Yeah, it was like I
was
looking down at the roster to see who it was, see who was making the throw-in, but heard the whistle. But yeah, probably stepped over the sideline. Played forward into the Knights offensive zone and go out of bounds off of the foot of Merkel. And so it'll be another throw-in here for Collinsville, which will be taken eventually by Hunnebrinker. Hunnebrinker will push it forward into the 18-yard box, comes down to eventually onto the foot of Hernandez Mendoza, and he gets a shot on goal off the crossbar. Comes back down into the front, and it's put in for a goal by Mikey Suarez. And Triad are saying maybe it hit the football crossbar, so
they're going to appeal for it.
Yeah, or they're going to.
It hit the white crossbar. That should be a goal.
Yeah, they will score it as a goal. So Kahawks get their first goal of the year at the 6:53 mark. Mikey Suarez.
Suarez very, very good at following up the play and making sure he was there on the spot.
Playing through to the whistle. Ball fell right to him, and he's able to put it in and give the Kahawks their first lead of the year.
Number 5, Mikey Suarez.
Really against the run of play, I have to say. Collinsville's been pinned in their end most of the half so far.
Yeah, Triad have. I feel like possession's been fairly even, but Triad have definitely had the territory advantage. But really, the first serious chance that Collinsville had, and Triad, with a hand, had a ball in the back of the net, but of course, called off due to a handball. As we've got a stoppage here as the extra ball rolled out onto the field, so we'll go back and do it again. first home game of the year, so got to get the ball boys up to speed here. Throw-in comes in for Triad. Played back over there for Heffron. And launched forward into the box off of a Kahok head, but gets over everybody. And we've got some contact, no call. Staying in, cleared off the sideline and lining up, and actually had some opportunity. That would be outside the box if it was a foul, but nothing is called. And Hernandez Mendoza able to come forward. And the Kahawks looking to try and get a run on. Making a big push for it, but unable to save it over the sideline there was Giovanni Man. And so Triad will look to respond, going pretty quickly here. Pace of play has increased significantly here since that Collinsville goal.
Absolutely.
Ball crossed into the middle and cleared away by Starko. And actually not be able to find the sideline line. Now it'll go off of Carter. Be a throw in here for the Knights.
You can kind of see Kahok's game plan a little bit. We're sitting back a little bit, letting Triad come at them, and then looking to catch them on the counter.
And ball out of play. Looks like we had a foul called there on one of the Triad players. So it'll be a free kick taken here by Dominic Mann, playing that left back role from about 100 yards out. So just trying to push it forward here, gain some territory. Is able to do that. Ball bounces around. Triad able to maintain it and will roll out of bounds. Be a throw in for the Knights here. Kahawks looking to bring a substitute in here at the next opportunity. Throw in comes in, Man, and the Triad forward fighting for it. Cross into the middle. Nice step up there from Carranza. And a shot rolls harmlessly to Henson. Would have gone wide anyway. And it'll be a goal kick. Well, not a goal kick, but Henson will put it back into play. Gets a nice strike on that one. Able to fly well past midfield. Carter putting a run on it. Able to get to it first. And able to push it up forward here.
You saw Huntenbreaker trying to get, he's trying to get his back, Starko trying to get his back line, everybody up, urging everybody to get forward and close that gap between the defense and the midfield.
And Rodrigo Rangel Cortez will come in. One Rodrigo for the other. Rangel Cortez in, Hernandez Mendoza out. Throw in coming from Huntenbreaker, and he gets a pretty good throw on it. Plays outfield for the baseball team during the spring, so definitely has some pretty good arm strength. As the ball will go out of bounds, and it will be what's the signal here?
Looks like a Kahok.
Yeah, like Collins will throw in.
I'd imagine that helps him track the flight of the ball a little bit better, playing baseball as well.
Yeah. Ball popped up into the air, and oof. No, a lot of contact, no call.
Referee letting things go a little bit.
Yeah, which, I don't mind.
Of course, you don't want to.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that towards the end of the last game. It got a little chipping, so there was a lot of whistles, which referees have to do what you got to do to control the game, but certainly kind of eliminates the flow.
Of course, no one wants to see that.
Yeah. Another throw in here coming from Novich, and he gets a hold of that one and knocked around in the box, and Henson eventually able to corral it.
He's almost throwing it on goal every time.
Yeah, it's if you got somebody that can do that, and
almost like comes from the side.
Yeah, there's a few teams now, it seems like, that one point in time has had somebody or another been able to do it, but I don't know that Collinsville's really had anybody that's done that. I understand that that's a little bit of a, having those really, really deep throw-ins is a little bit of a newer development in the soccer world, something that's more common now than it was back in the day.
Last person I saw to do that was Jordan Delamano back in my day.
No. Played forward here. Rangel Cortez crosses it into the middle, but finds nobody wearing the purple. And push forward, Carranza able to get a piece of it, and Huntenbreaker will play it back to Starko, who will chip it across the field over onto the other side for Giovanni Mann. And now played up into the middle for Mann with it. And he's got some space here in the middle of the field, trying to get it to Hunnebrinker, but held up on that one as Carranza tries to step in and get a piece of it, but gets nothing for air, but he's up and appears to be fine. As he'll play that one back to Starko, and he'll pop it forward off of the head there of one of the Triad players as Hensley, the sophomore, pretty tall for a sophomore, as a Kahok player goes down. Again, no call.
Kahok's growing into the game after that goal.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of confidence, in that, the Columbia game, they got they gave up a goal about 5 minutes in, as that will go over the sideline, so it'll be a real deep throw in here for the Knights. They gave up that first goal about 5 minutes in, and just really weren't able to get settled in, and by the time, and it wasn't too much longer before they picked up a foul in the box, and Columbia were able to get their second one on a PK, and wasn't really able to get anything going, as Henson will just catch that throw in directly. Get a nice hand from the pretty solid Kahok student section contingent. No home sporting event here on a Wednesday night. Still pretty early in the year. First home sporting event really for any team here at the high school. Got a first home volleyball game tomorrow, and then football on the road on Friday. Throw-in comes in off of the head of one of the Triad players. I think that was Merkel. Still in the box. Scramble forward, eventually cleared away by somebody wearing the purple. Not very far, though, as Triad able to push it forward. Knocked around. Triad player goes down. No call. And it's popped up forward over towards the Kahawks bench. And still in play. Carter able to get a piece of it and play it up for Rangel Cortez, who doesn't have much help, as 4 Knights players set to come in at the next opportunity. 1 player for Collinsville. As we are just past 15 minutes into this first half of play. 2 40-minute halves in high school soccer here in Illinois. And then we'll see what happens from there. Carranza doing a good job shepherding that one. Will go over the end line, and it will be a goal kick.
Triad's really trying to get at this right side of defense for the Kahawks, and Carranza's doing a really great job.
Hernandez Mendoza in for Triad for Rangel Cortez. Joey Bonak. Jacob Buchtel.
Number 10,
Chase Wiesemeyer. A couple substitutes in for Triad, as Henson gets a good strike on that one, rolls into the Kahawks offensive zone for a moment. Push forward there by Lutz up into the midfield. Carranza able to get foot on it, and will roll harmlessly back to Henson, who decides to just kick it back into play and scramble forward. Able to get a piece of it there was Dominic Mann. Push forward up into the middle. Hensley had it for a moment, but eventually comes down now to the Triad center back. Knocked around. Hensley with it again. Able to maintain possession. Nice moves from the sophomore, and Hernandez Mendoza tried to get it back to him, but scramble for it and eventually knocked out there by the just inserted Joey Bonak. Playing that kind of a left midfielder role for the Knights. Off the head of the Kahawks, number 7, Hunnebrinker. And Suarez with it, trying to work it through off of a foot. And Hernandez Mendoza and Bonak off of a foot. And yep, corner appears to be the signal. All right. It'll be Suarez to take it here at 22:45, and he'll go and just leave it short for Starko. Just outside the 18, cross into the middle, off ahead, and nice job there by the Knights keeper, Damian Jordan, able to corral that one and prevent any further damage.
Really well worked set piece right there, Zach. straight from the training ground.
Yep. Popped up into the air off of the head there of Lutz. Carter able to shepherd it off. A nice job there by the Triad forward. Crossed into the middle. And nice job there from Carranza.
Great tackle.
Not very far away, and a shot doesn't get all the way through. I think Carranza with the block again. He's able to push it forward up to Suarez, who will leave it for Hernandez Mendoza. He'll chip it up the line, but it goes off the head there of Eid. And played back there by Lidikin over onto the far side. Triad able to hold it into the middle of the field, trying to get over to Bonac as Hernandez Mendoza on that one, and both players may be coming up a little gimpy after that, but able to no whistle either way. As ball knocked around by Triad. Solid defense being applied there by McIntyre. And it will eventually go out of bounds and will be a corner kick for Triad.
Carranza really has his work cut out for him. He's been paramount for Kahok so far.
Yeah, bigger body, played more in the played more up front in the Columbia game, but playing in a more defensive role now. Just decent athlete. Just one of the bigger guys to come through the Kahok soccer program over the past few years, and just not every team's going to have that. Although Triad, at least usually, have had a share of bigger guys. As that ball is crossed up into the middle, headed around, and tapped in for a goal by. Give me just a second here and get a number on him. I think we're going to go ahead and give that one to 24.
Lidikin.
Yeah, I think we're going to give that to Lidikin at.
It's an unfortunate bounce after a couple bounced around and just kind of a chaos in there and happened to fall right at the feet.
Yeah. So.
Goal for number 24, Brandon Lidikin. Time of goal, 1940, Lidikin.
Oh, Lidikin able to tie the game. And now we've got a even score here as we are just now halfway through our first half of action here. Ball rolls over the sideline. Will be a throw in for the Kahawks. Comes up, goes through the legs of Carter, and it will be a throw in for Triad coming here. Forward. Forward is Aiden Wagner. Nice tackle there by one of the Kahawk defenders. It's pushed forward. Comes up as far as that is Jonah Hazimir. No, 14. That is Rangel Cortez into the game. Able to push forward as Triad able to make another push. Cross misses the header. And Henson will be able to scoop that one up with no harm done. Wait for everything to clear away. As he pops that one high up into the air. Goes off of the head of Novich. And eventually will go out of play, be a throw-in for the Kahawks. Will be taken by Suarez. Played through Rangel Cortez with possession of the ball, but no real help. Nice tackle there by one of the Triad defenders, and that'll bank off of the legs of Carter. Will be a throw in here for Triad.
If we could just hold it up there a little bit, the Kahawks can just hold it up there a little bit longer and give ourselves a chance to join the attack. I think we can really be dangerous.
Yeah. Throw-in comes in as knocked around Knights able to maintain possession of it. And up into the middle of the field now. Pass over, trying to get it to Bonac, but nice job there by Hunnebrinker. Able to step over and knock that one out of play. And so it'll be a throw in here. They're going to have Novich line one up again, looks like.
Important intervention there. Triad had numbers going forward.
And it takes maybe more of a threat from the longer throw in, but gives the Kahawks time to set everything up. Off of the head of one of the Kahawk defenders. And shot knocked around and eventually popped high, but it will get out of play. A throw in from Triad. Nice clearance there from, I think that was Starko.
Yes.
And Novich from about the same spot will line up another one. Not as strong on that one, headed away.
He's got to be getting tired.
Yeah, he's about his fifth one already. Hernandez Mendoza with a nice tackle, and to borrow an Australian football term, that was a falcon. Caught that one right in the head. Played high and off of Eid, out of play, and so it'll be a throw in here for the Kahawks, who will make a substitution.
Back in the game, number 13.
As Hensley will come in, take the place of Hernandez Mendoza. Hunnebrinker will push it forward, get it up to Hensley, and he'll play it off of Bonac, and that'll be another corner kick here for Collinsville.
Cornack looking at the referee is not looking for handballs because it might have hit him in the hand there. Lucky to get away with just a corner.
Yeah. Suarez sets it up. Pops that one up into the air, misses everything. And it'll roll out over the sideline for a Triad throw-in.
It's a good delivery, a good height. Just needed someone climbing the own ladder.
Ball played back around, and Triad eventually will push it forward here.
Kahok defense having a very big gap between the defense and the midfield. They need to close that up if we're going to be able to keep possession.
Ball pushed forward, and Ronhel Cortez unable to make a play on that one, so it'll be a throw-in coming here for one of the Triad defenders, and it'll be Eid, I believe, 18, who will make the throw-in on that one. Hunnebrinker able to keep it in, but not for very long, but they'll say it was deflected. Couple moans and groans from the Triad contingent, but the call will stand for now. Eid with it, play it deflected there by Hensley, able to keep it forward, and that goes to nobody in particular, but last touched by a Triad player, says the referee. So it'll be another throw-in here for Hunnebrinker. 14:25 to go here in our first half of play. Got a 1-1 score here.
Very even contest so far.
Ball goes out of bounds off of a Kahawk player as we'll hold things up as some subs will come in.
Substitution number 9, number 19.
Wheat and Kelly back in as Wiesemeyer and 16, Ethan Walter head to the bench.
Yes.
All right.
Actually, I think it was 15 Dudley.
15.
Yes.
Okay.
If my eyes are not deceiving me.
I'll trust yours. Ball pushed forward.
Good
Suarez, nice step up there from Starko. And Carter able to win the foot race here, but not a lot of help. Triad able to make the tackle there. Push it up forward and try to play it over the top, but Starko able to, actually think that wound up going off of Suarez. So it'll be a throw-in, referee says, for Collinsville, as we'll hold things up as we got a substitute in for each team. Ronhel Cortez out, and
Number 20,
Hernandez Mendoza back in.
Substitution number 2.
as Parker Kelly, the sophomore, comes in for Triad. Collinsville not really using a ton of their bench. Only have played about probably 11 field players, which if you've got the stamina to do it and you trust the guys that you have out there, it's it's something, but something that may wind up leading to some fatigue later on down the line.
Yeah, you get farther into the season, injuries happen, players fall out of form, you never know.
Novich will line up another long throw in, and everybody will crowd into the box trying to pick a deflection here. And it's pushed forward, headed away by somebody. It'll come back to player, and actually had the opportunity, but gets over everybody, and it'll be played over the end line by Giovanni, man. It'll be another corner kick coming up here for Triad.
Triad had two players free at the back post on that. They just kind of got in each other's way.
Yeah. Yeah, no wind really to speak of at all, so if you strike it well, the wind won't really affect it much, as that one, again, a little too far, but able to make a move, and a nice step up there from, it was Giovanni, man, I believe, but Triad able to push it forward. Shot from outside the 18, hits the post and goes off of Henson, and
I think
no goal. All right. Just enough. Henson able to make use of the frame, and that was
the old off the post, off the face, back into your hands.
Yep. never did fully. Does it have to be completely across? Is that the rule?
Yes, the entire ball has to be across the entirety of the line.
All right. So referee deems that did not happen. So no goal. Will remain tied at 1. 10:40 to go here in our first half of play.
Well done, referee.
Henson able to play it there off of the head of one of the Knights players, and again pushing it forward. Able to make a push up there is Kelly. Push forward, and there is Novich with it. As Carter able to get that one out of play, and it'll be another throw in here for Triad. It seems like momentum has switched the Knights' way a little bit, kind of coming down from, settling back in after the equalizing goal, which is, about 10 minutes ago now. And now it seems like Triad has been able to push the advantage a little bit more. Another long throw in here from Novich, headed away by one of the Kahok players, and that is hit a mile high, but go over the end line harmlessly, and it will be a goal kick coming up here for Braden Henson.
Yeah, Kahok's is struggling to get on the ball at the moment. Triad really pressing well.
Yeah, usually Triad, one of the strong programs in the area over the past few years, taking a couple of teams to state, and been a very strong program, and this is some realignment. This will be a conference game next year. Triad coming into the Southwestern Conference, so it'll be already it's been a pretty regular matchup for two schools that are 6-7 miles apart, but kind of works out that way too, as they have they're going to tell Carter to back up a little bit, as Coach Jackson's like, hey, wait a minute, let's wait, what are we doing here? Throw-in comes to Suarez out on the edge of the 18-yard box and goes kept in, but nobody there wearing the purple, and so able to clear it away. There was Novich. Or actually,
I think it was Suarez
maybe offsides. I don't know. Free kick for Triad.
I was going to say Suarez followed him, trying to keep the ball in play there.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it was like.
Maybe is it offsides?
I don't know. I couldn't.
I think he's
I was like,
offside there.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I didn't see the flag go up, but some sort of infraction committed by Collinsville, so it'll be a free kick for Triad. Comes up as far as TJ Carter. Carter with it, and he'll move with it backwards, and it'll be played back to Coach Lugie. So
Yeah,
it'll
just
be
dribbled himself into trouble there a little bit.
yeah. Throw-in will come to Hensley. And he, first touch seemed okay, but then just kind of missed the second touch. Nice job there from Carranza heading it down, and eventually it'll roll back out as far as Carter. Nice job letting the guy go past him, but not able to find anybody really with that forward pushing.
The idea was there. The
execution
yes.
maybe could have been a bit better. Throw in from Carter, and that one's a bit better. Gets it up to Hensley. He stood up. Nice job there by Triad player. It's pushed back, and Starko will play it back up into the midfield and played forward over here onto this side for Bonac, Suarez, and Hernandez Mendoza applying some pressure here as it's pushed up into the middle. Hunnebrinker using the pretty significant height advantage he has there on Kelly. As ball comes down to the middle, Carter might have a bit of an opportunity here. He's got a step, cross in, scramble for it, and it'll be a corner kick. Yeah, I thought
making something out of nothing there. That was a great play.
Yep. 6:25 to go here. Cahoks would love to go into the half with the lead. See what they're able to do. Try and get everything set up. Nobody left short this time. Suarez, that one's low. Scramble for it. Starko may wanted to call, and Hensley strikes it well, but too strong. And it'll be a goal kick coming up here for Jordan.
Yeah, you can see his eyes light up from here. He wanted to have that one.
Yeah, he's got a leg on him. Just gotta refine the power a little. But
those are always tough to hit.
Yeah, just a sophomore is Hensley, so I'm sure that'll, you can teach finesse. You can't teach raw power. So get the thing. It'll be a good thing when he gets a real good clean strike on one. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long before that happens. And that'll be a foul on Hunnebrinker.
Yeah, just got the wrong side of him there.
Yep.
Hunnebrinker.
Yeah.
Great touch.
Yep.
By the, what was that number?
Yeah,
2 for Triad.
Yeah, Kelly. Yeah. Not a real big kid, just a sophomore, but
real quick, low to the ground.
Yeah. Free kick will be taken here by Heffron. Already set up, and that's pretty good job. Bounces through, but goes wide of the net. Didn't touch any. Well, they'll say a Kahok player got a piece of it, so it'll be didn't see anything.
I didn't see any Kahok touch it either. It was a great shape on the ball. Whipped in with plenty of pace and just needed a touch, but I don't know. I didn't see any console player touch it.
Well, referees are closer than we are, and so that one is get through over everybody and go out of play. And again, off of a Kahok player, so it'll be a throw in here for Triad. And once again, it'll be Aiden Novich who will take it.
This guy's going to need some ice on his shoulders.
Yeah. Not too often you see overuse injuries for on his shoulders for a soccer player, at least not a field player, but yeah, definitely got that one there. Nice job by Carter, able to clear that one away. Gets it up to Suarez. He gets bumped, no call. And pushed forward here as able to push it forward, gets past everybody, and Starko will push it up over midfield. Canucks maybe see if they're able to apply a little bit of pressure and get it over here from Merkel. Merkel deflected there off of the foot of Giovanni, man, so it'll be a throw in here, which will be taken by Merkel.
Carranza being drawn into more defensive duties. I feel like putting him out on the wing here, they really wanted to try to get him wide and get him forward so that we have the numbers advantage, but not able to do that so far.
Yep. All knocked around. Hernandez Mendoza, and I think that was Heffron fighting for it, and Knight's able to win that battle and push it forward, but it'll be too far. Nice shepherd there from, I think it was Starko. So that'll be a...
It's interesting that Council is still playing a sweeper formation. You don't really see that a lot these days.
yeah, that's what Starco's kind of done that. It's I know it's something that the Collinsville girls team has run a little bit, as that was dangerous, but that will go over the end line. Will be a goal kick, I would think.
Yes.
Yeah, goal
Should
kick
be.
for Henson, as we got a sub coming in here for Collinsville. So that is Rangel Cortez again. Hernandez Mendoza out at any rate. Yeah, 14.
Foul substitution number 14. Rodrigo Rango Cortez.
Back underway here. Henson will launch it forward. Nice.
Soccer campers in attendance participating in the halftime festivities make their way down now to the
Have a recognition here
Soccer
as
campers make
nice
their way
job
down to
by
the
Starco
festivities time.
pushing it forward, and it'll be a throw in here for Triad. Looks like they'll have Novich come in and set it up again.
The Knights have a couple of pacey forward / wingers that are giving Kahoks all sorts of fits.
Throw in is a pretty good one. Goes off of the head of one of the Triad players and off the football upright. So it'll be another goal kick coming up here for Henson as we approach 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Kahoks maybe going to see if they can make one last push. See if they can get a tiebreaker here before the half. Henson pushes it forward. Bounces off of Kelly. Hunnebrinker able to get a head on it. It's up for man. Geo specifically. And push forward here now as the foul called here. Or say out of play off of Suarez. And so it'll be a throw in here. Taken
1 minute remaining in the first
by
half. 1 minute.
Eid. Actually will be a free kick. So yeah, they did call foul here with about 50 seconds or so to play. Maybe a little longer as Eid waits for everything to get set up. Pushes that forward. And not a real dangerous push as Suarez will launch it up forward to nobody in particular.
Played him into 1v3 up there.
Yeah. Hensley with it. Nice job there by Novich. And calling his name a lot. Been a solid, solid defender role even without the long throw-ins. As that'll be throw-in for Collinsville here, and that will go ahead and wrap things up here for first half, or actually 10 seconds to go. Not quite yet. It looks like Collinsville are pretty content here to just let the time drip, and that will be the halftime horn. So after one half of play, got a tie score at 1 apiece. We're going to go ahead and take a break here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. Be back here in a few minutes for some out-of-town scores if we can find any, and discussion of the first half of play. Back in a minute here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville is your go-to place to get that pampered treatment for your fur baby. All Fluffed Up offers one-on-one grooming sessions by skilled and professional groomers, focusing on a stress-free and fear-free experience for both pup and pup parent. Owned and operated by former Kahok Jenny Eves, All Fluffed Up in Caseyville offers nail trimming, ear cleanings, bathing, and fur trimming, as well as full cuts. All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville, 16 East Reynolds Street. Call Jenny Eves for an appointment at 618-855-8533. Mobile grooming coming soon. That's All Fluffed Up in Caseyville, 618-855-8533. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Looking for some unique food options, super cold drinks, and a fun atmosphere with an attentive staff? Look no further than Hurricanes Bar and Grill in Collinsville. Owned and operated by former Kahawk State soccer champ Tim Johnson, Hurricanes has been one of the area's great meeting places for fun, food, live sports and music, and video gaming. Daily specials like Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, and Fish Fridays. Hurricanes will tackle those hunger pains. Hurricanes is always open during all of Uptown Collinsville's Main Street festivals. Hurricanes is the place to satisfy your hunger and thirst needs. Hurricanes Bar and Grill, 222 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call for carryout orders at 618-345-0846. 618-345-0846. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahawk Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, We said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
We welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. Got a 1-1 score here at the half between Collinsville and Triad. We'll go through and try and find you a couple out-of-town scores with 5 minutes left, so essentially a final. Maryville Christian up 5-0 over Jabot. This is a soccer score. What else we've got? Edwardsville playing Edwardsville playing Gateway Legacy Christian Academy and find themselves down 6-1. Although that's sort of a soccer factory prep school. Yeah, kind of surprising, but definitely a new look Edwardsville team. Finished 4th in state last year, but graduated a lot of talent, so definitely a bit of a new look squad up in Edwardsville, but sure they'll wind up being fine because it's Edwardsville soccer, and that seems to be the trend. Well, Mr. Langley, we've got a tie match here at the half. Feel like there's been some good and some bad from both teams.
Yeah.
For Collinsville, I feel like the defense has been solid, not elite. I think Triad have had some chances and haven't been able to capitalize on them, but there has been some really solid moments defensively. I think offensively there's just, they were able to get that kind of against the run of play, as you said, when it happened, that goal from Suarez, but and they were, it's been a fairly even game, which is, what you're looking for, two traditionally quality sides, going at it here. But it's, it'll be kind of interesting to see what adjustments are made in the second half. If you were to step into Coach Lugie's shoes, you have anything you would tell the guys specifically?
Really just kind of, you would want to close the gap between the defense and the midfield acres between when Kahok's are winning the ball, and they can find space out wide. Both flanks are wide open. Counterattack is always on. Triad has some very pacey wingers out here that are giving them some fits, but if deny those balls to them and just be able to keep and hold on to the ball a little bit more. I think both teams will be instructed to do just that. A lot of just kicking and running, but that is the nature of high school soccer sometimes. Very physical out there.
Yeah, and not overly so, I would say, but they're and that I think is kind of expected to a point. Triad, generally speaking, have been a team that are, they just have bigger guys, so they're going to play a little more, not like malicious at all, but just a more physical style of soccer and
hard-nosed.
Yeah, and
both goals kind of a carbon copy of each other.
Yeah, just kind of, bouncing around, just kind of weird. You get the ball into the 18, get knocked around. Sometimes you get lucky is the right word, but you just
fortunate.
Yeah, you just
fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, you get opportunities to make things happen, and they've been able to do that here one time each. As
Triad's goalie had a good save off the crossbar for Collinsville's goal. Unlucky on that second touch.
Yeah, just kind of a weird bounce. Worked out okay. Didn't. The referee says it didn't hit the football crossbar, so there's been
That's got to be a tough call to make.
Yeah, that's. I remember there was a. I think it was a girls' playoff game a few years ago where there was one where it wound up being, or there was one that did, like photographic evidence that it did, but it was not called that. And well, you don't have video replay.
Right.
You don't have replay here in high school soccer, and
no VAR here.
Yep, you gotta go with what you get. So yeah, looks like both keepers remaining the same as. Kahok's now going right to left on your screen. Triad working it forward. Hensley bounces it around. And
looks like they moved Carranza to a little bit more central as he was. I think he traded with Huntebrinker. Kind of switched up a little bit positionally in defense for the Kahawks.
Yeah.
For the second half.
Triad playing it back to the middle, trying to recycle it around. Huntebrinker able to get a piece of that one, and solid tackle there from Hensley. Hensley able to step in, fighting around for it.
Frantic pace to the start of this.
Yeah, pushed forward up into the air from Starko. Suarez trying to fight for it, but nice job there by the Triad defender, but unable to keep it in play. I think that was Kelly.
Bit fortunate there. Yeah. Kind of came off his hand, the Triad defender there. Lucky boy.
Yeah, it's well, the first kind of again comparing to the first game, that a lot of whistles in that Columbia game, but this one it's been pretty pretty laissez-faire attitude from the from this refereeing crew, which it's been consistent. That's all you can ask for, if it's
indeed
as we will have a foul called there on Huntebrinker as he gets a push in the back there on, I think that's Kelly out there.
Yes.
Hard to pick a number from as far away, but free kick for Triad at any rate, and able to get up into the Knights' offensive zone. Nice job there. Able to get it back, but Kahawks have numbers, so it should be okay. Carranza stepping up on the ball, and that'll be deflected over the end line, so that will be a...
It's going to go out for a corner, but it was good, well defended out there.
Yeah.
He was out on an island by himself for a second.
On short here.
Corner taken quickly.
Cross up into the middle off the head, but nobody there to follow, and Henson able to get to it eventually, and first small opportunity here, 3 minutes in. Results in nothing, as that was not a great strike there from Henson, coming down onto the foot of Novich.
You can kind of see what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to find the
That is there. Still in. We'll go out of play off a Triad, says the linesman. So it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Collinsville from deep in their own end. Throw up off of the foot of Hensley. And with it now, there is Wiesmeyer. Chipped up off of the foot of Dominic Mann. And hit it around, still in the 18-yard box. Carranza whiffs on it. Eventually cleared away.
Kahawks need to clear their lines here.
Yep. Suarez able to get it up. And eventually able to just launch it down. Carter trying to stay onside. And nice deflection there. Pressure is being applied a bit here. Knocks around as we have a...
It looked like a little head-to-head there.
Yeah. Carter Pierce fought. He seems no worse for wear. Merkel feeling it a little bit, but he's up and walking around, which is a good sign.
Attaboy.
Yeah, no stoppage for concussion protocol or anything, so for now at least we'll deem things okay. As nice job there from McIntyre.
Yeah, Hensley just needed a little information there. Somebody let him know, man on.
Yeah. Hensley trying to apply some defense here now on Triad player as man goes down. No call as ball right on net, but right at Henson, so it'll be no major concern there for the senior goalkeeper for Collinsville. Henson pops that one high up into the air off the head of the Triad player. And now knocked down in the middle, comes onto the feet there of Noonan. And nice tackle there from Carranza. Now played up into the middle, finds a head, but goes over the net, and so it'll be another goal kick here for Henson.
Much more direct approach from Triad the second half. Not that it wasn't in the first, but
more so here.
More so, yes.
And that's been a bit of a trend. And
classic put it in the mixer mentality.
Yeah. All scrambled around in the midfield. As we'll have a whistle there, foul called on Dominic Mann, so it'll be a free kick here for Triad from about 45 yards out, just inside the football hash mark, so pretty much right in the middle of the field. Looks like it'll be taken by Heffron.
Collins are going to try to hold the line at the 18 here.
That ball is maybe a bit too much on it, goes right to Henson, and Braden able to make the play with no major difficulty. Let's go ahead and drop it to himself and then launch it forward. Around there, Carranza will launch it forward, trying to get it onto the feet of Carter, and he'll be able to apply some pressure there on the Triad defender and maybe able to get a piece of it, but
did well to dig it out, just no help after the win.
Yep. Pushed forward by Triad and able to keep it in there. Nice job there by Noonan, able to get around the tackle from Geoman, and another shot not on goal, but gets through to Henson.
Henson looking to put it down at his feet, and he just needs somebody to show and get on the ball for Collinsville.
Yeah. Henson will just drop punt that one. It's over the top of the midfield. Carter landed up there, knocked around by Noonan. Decent number of purple jerseys around the ball, but Triad able to come up with it. Played up into the middle, off of the foot there of Dominic, sorry. Man. And there you go. Nice hard tackle there from Hunnebrinker, no call.
It's good defending there.
I think is the correct judgment, as played up there to Suarez, who was making his way back, and played it up, deflected by a Triad player. And
just like to see when Collinsville wins it in the center of the park, to get it down and maybe find the feet of their forwards a little more.
Hunnebrinker will put the shepherd on and let the ball roll over the end line. It'll be another goal kick for Henson. Again, kind of like we saw at the start of the first half, as Angel Cortez will come in for Hensley. Not pressure, definitely more territory for Triad, but not as of yet resulting in any goals. And the goal for Collinsville in the first half came really kind of against the run of play. And we'll see what they're able to do here. Is maybe a small opportunity, as trying to get it up forward for Rangel Cortez, but it'll be too far away from him, so it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Triad off of the head of McIntyre.
Sorry, Zach. Yeah, that's just like you mentioned. The counterattack is still on for Collinsville. If we can find the feet.
Suarez playing it up, trying to get it to Hernandez Mendoza, and Rodrigo able to keep that one in bounds, and he'll go ahead and just play it back to Hunnebrinker. Shot in the middle to no one in particular, trying to find Geoman. Now picked up by his younger brother Dom. Come around onto the feet of Rangel Cortez into the middle, and kind of rolled over on that one, did Geo.
Just falling away just a bit.
Yeah. He got a push in the back, and that will prompt a whistle. Triad players not thrilled with the call, but get a bit of a ironic cheer from Collinsville. Not a lot of fouls called, as we've mentioned a couple of times today. So it'll be a free kick, and it looks like that'll be McIntyre who will take it from about 40 yards out, far hash. Solid strike onto it, but again, a little too far, and Jordan able to grab that one with a little bit of a jump.
Had the keeper hesitate just a touch, keeping him honest on his line.
Yep. Jordan gets a good solid strike on that one. Dropped down just past Carranza and knocked around into the middle. Nice job there by Dominic Mann, able to get it forward onto the feet of McIntyre. And he'll play it up to the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Triad, which will be taken here by Allison. And Allison told by the referee to back up a little bit. Says midfield.
Ball boys doing their part as the home ball boys, not giving
it's just
giving them the balls. I love that.
Maybe a little bit of
cheeky
early season gamesmanship, right? Yeah, nothing
wrong with that, Zach.
Just subtle. Yeah, very subtle, you know?
Let's see, the dark arts is what they say.
Yeah. Pushed forward up onto the feet of Rangel Cortez, and Jordan let the defender get to it and played there off of the head of McIntyre. Will stay in. Come onto the feet of Geo-Man. Played up for Suarez. And back to McIntyre. Jake will push it up into the middle of the field, trying to find Carter. And nice tackle there from, I'm going to give him his credit. Nice tackle there from Lidikin, the goal scorer for Triad. Nice tackle there as Triad trying to push it forward. Carranza goes down and actually will draw a foul.
Looks like to be in discomfort here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Thought maybe that was a little bit of a flop, but Enrique a little slow to get up. Looks like he's okay, though. Clock never stopped, so I think he can still stay in the game if he wants to. We'll see if Coach Lugie wants to make a substitutional change. Doesn't look like it at this point. Free kick from long way out will be taken by Dominic Mann. He gets a nice strike onto it, but finds a Triad defender's head. Knocked around into the middle. And trying to work it up into the middle and able to do so. And yeah, we have a foul there. That
was a professional foul there.
Yeah, little
center of the mid.
A little bit of contact from Gio, able to just unsettle the center of balance just enough to cause a little bit of movement. And
lucky
then, of course,
boy not to get a
foul.
card.
And push forward and wide open and in for another goal is Triad. And that one scored 26:58 to go by number 9, Colby Wheat. Talking about it at the halftime break, he had 2 goals in the win over O'Fallon on Monday.
Yeah, that was a really well-timed run by Wheat. And it reminded me of a old goal scorer for Triad, Rachel Tejada. I can't remember what her brother's name was, but he would score them like that every once in a while.
Come in at 53:02, and try to have the lead here. They'll make a couple substitutions here after the goal. Wheat picks up his 3rd of the year. Just 2 games, so pretty good pace for him. The junior forward.
Triad 9th goal of the game scored by number 9, Colby Wheat.
Henson was able to get a hand on it, but just not enough to steer it wide.
Kahawks may be looking to push here just a little bit. McIntyre with it. Centers the ball for Carter, and he's got some space. Play it out over onto the wing. And up in the middle now for Hernandez Mendoza. Back to Carter, and he'll just reset it back to Starko. Playing it up now. Gets past Hensley and the Triad defender.
If they could just break that second line of press, Collins will be in.
As that one, and let that one go. And it will be a throw-in for Collinsville. Dominic unable to get to that one. Throwing from McIntyre as Carranza is able to get that one up to the sideline, as we'll have 2 more substitutes coming for the Knights.
Yeah, Carranza kind of favoring that right ankle that he took a knock on about 5 minutes ago or so. Something to keep an eye on.
Throwing from there. McIntyre playing it back here to Dominic Mann. He'll play it up into the middle for Suarez, and he'll get it to Carter, back now to Hensley. And Gage trying to get it back to Mikey, but Triad player steps up. As Carter able to get a piece of it, and that'll be played out to the sideline and be a throw-in for Collinsville, who will bring in Ronald Cortez out.
Looks like it's...
Is that Gio back?
I think it's Gio, yes.
8.
I think it's 8. Yep.
Substitution number 8, Giovanni Mann.
All right. Throw in.
I'll bring the binoculars next time, Zach.
Yeah, so that would be save me some help. Yeah.
I do not envy you right now.
Yeah, the eyesight is eyesight betrays me a bit when it comes to soccer. Nice job there by Starko playing that sweeper role as a couple players go down. Be a foul on Triad, says the referee. Is a little slow to get up there. Is that's Heffron. Free kick will be taken here by Starko.
Starko can find outside back. Oh, never mind.
He'll play it up into the middle. Trying to get it up there in the direction of Gio. And that'll be played out over the sideline. Last touch by Triad, so it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville, who might have had an opportunity if they wanted to go quickly, but they'll leave it for Hunnebrinker.
Yeah, good idea to put his foot on it and just wait for the rest of the team to catch up. He didn't have a lot of numbers in there in the offensive third there.
Hunnebrinker will do what he can, and the ball will come back to him. And nice cross into the middle, off the head, and over. Able to get a hit on it there as Hernandez Mendoza, I think,
yeah,
but just not the best angle.
He was going for the spectacular diving header there. Just got a little too far under it. Popped it up over the right into through the uprights. It's a great field goal.
As Parker Benson comes in for Triad, junior midfielder. Is able to make a nice play there is Buchtel trying to play it up into the middle, but Starko will play it up onto the foot of Suarez. A nice touch there, able to get it to Hernandez Mendoza, and he'll push it up, trying to get it to Carter, but headed away there by Bonac. Kahok's able to get possession there, is taking a bit of a fall there with Hunnebrinker, but seems like he's okay, and McIntyre, or sorry, McIntyre,
McIntyre.
6, yep. Nice job there. Solid defense there from Starko, even laying down, and Kahok's able to clear it away. Pushed forward, and it actually bouncing off of the foot there of Noonan as Mann able to get it to McIntyre, but unable to get the stream there. Is whiffing on it there was, I think that was Novich.
Yes.
Haven't called his name a whole lot here in the second half. Hernandez Mendoza able to get the ball, trying to find some help.
Well, there haven't been any throw-ins.
Yeah. Knocked around there, coming back onto the foot of Suarez, and he's got an opportunity here. A little bit of contact, not enough to warrant a penalty. Trying to play it back into the middle for Mendoza, but Triad able to clear it away. Pushed it back up towards the box. Kahok still maybe with the opportunity to put some pressure on, as Hunnebrinker actually stays able to push forward. Triad not able to establish clean possession. Carter with it. And we'll go ahead and recycle it here to Carranza. Now up into the middle for Mann. And knocked around. Carter fighting for it, and we'll play it back to Carranza, and he's got the opportunity, and he'll launch it forward, but it'll roll through harmlessly to Jordan.
Yeah. Suarez did well to get in there and beat his man. He was trying to usher it back onto his right. Could have had a shot, maybe a quick pop with the left. Maybe put the goalie under pressure there.
Free kick, kick from Jordan goes into the Triad bench. Hunnebrinker looking to go pretty quickly as that goes off of one of the Triad players' heads. Fighting for it now in the area of the Kahok bench, but Triad able to maintain possession and push it forward, and they've got a run on here. Starko, but actually overrunning it just a little bit there was the forward, and that might have been a little bit of a break for the Kahawks.
Sure was.
Man will play it back to Carranza, and Enrique will just dump and chase, and big hustle play there. Trying to make a run there was Suarez, but don't think he won that race as Rangel Cortez will come in for Hernandez Mendoza. Caden Lutz back in for Triad as looks like Noonan will head to the bench for some rest. Referee will tell the Triad player to move it along, and he does so off of the head of Man. And coming down now will be off of Suarez, and it'll be a throw-in here for Triad. Moving quickly. And we've got a handball.
Mm-hmm.
Looks okay.
I was wondering if you caught that.
Infraction of some kind from Collinsville, and Starko will try and move it up a little, but referee says back it up just a little bit, and then a little bit more. Under 20 to go here. Second half moving pretty quickly. Ball popped up into the air. Comes down to Hunnebrinker, and he'll play it up. Able to get it onto the feet of Man. Gio with some opportunity here. Play it back to McIntyre. And trying to find Rangel Cortez, and that'll go out of play. Off of Collinsville, I
thought it might have came off and tried, but
I guess it was maybe after it went over the end line.
Yeah.
So it'll be a goal kick here for, not Jordan. I'll leave it to Litikin. Kind of hard to pick a number from out here.
I think that is
Novich? 14 or 24?
Yeah, actually, you may be right.
I don't know. Yeah, front of the, like I said, right on white works out okay for the back, but the numbers on the front are a bit small. But that's pretty much any uniform. Nice tackle there.
Tackle.
From Carranza.
Sure was.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah, interesting move at half, shifting him from outside to stopper. He was getting good opportunities.
All knocked around and shot, and that'll go off of McIntyre, and so it'll be a corner coming up here for Triad. 17 to go, just past halfway here. And it will be 14. That is Novich. It'll be Novich to take the corner here. Gets everybody ready. Struck up into the middle, and a nice job there from Henson. Making use of that frame and getting physical, and
went up and grabbed it well.
Maybe feeling it a little bit, but it was a good job of getting up, and he'll go ahead and roll it out, give him some opportunity, and then that's a good strike onto it. It was off of the head of Suarez, and trying to find Hensley there, but unable to maintain possession as try to look to counterattack here. Played up, and nice job there from Starko. Playing it up into the middle, and smart play there by Buchtel to let that one roll and go ahead and take the throw in off of the head of Hensley. Comes down onto the foot of the Triad defender and pushed forward by Hunnebrinker, trying to get it to Suarez.
Would have liked him to find feet there. He had a little bit of time. Somebody needs to let him know.
Yeah. Triad able to maintain possession. Cross into the middle, finds nobody wearing the red and white. Knocked around and will go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Collinsville as they will make a substitution here. Hensley will head out. And Hernandez Mendoza will come back in.
As you mentioned earlier, Zach, Collinsville not really utilizing most of their bench. It's really a rotation of about 12, maybe 13 players. But
yeah, they played a few more guys as a big group, probably 5 guys or so here, getting ready to come in here for Triad. I'm not sure if this is
got a hockey change coming out.
Yeah,
front line.
Yeah, maybe just maybe getting some starters in, or feel like it'd be maybe a little early to empty the benches. Nearly able to get to that one there with Suarez. And nice clearance there. Gets all the way back to Starko. He's able to get ahead on it, but Kahok's pinching forward just a little bit. As nice job there from McIntyre. He'll get it to Carranza, and Enrique able to get it up there for Hernandez Mendoza. And
good overlap.
He's got numbers, able to find Carter. See if he's got anybody running down onto the middle, and a nice hustle play there from, I think that was Novich again.
I think it was that
14? Thought that
was it 12 maybe? I thought it was Buckle.
Yeah, could have been. But it'll be a corner kick for Collinsville here at any rate, looking to see if they can get an opportunity to tie this game up.
Yeah, each set piece carrying more and more weight as we get further and further into the half.
Yep.
Ooh,
all across it
there
here,
it
and a
is.
header and a goal for, well, we'll see what we can do here as we get, if we get a number.
Tell you what, Zach, I think that might have been going in anyway almost. Right in off the post.
I think Suarez was able to do it, as that is, still can't get a number. Want to get it right. Is that Hensley?
Yes, it is.
13, there you go. First, I think that's the first varsity goal for the sophomore, so congratulations.
He ran the length of the pitch after
Yeah,
celebrating.
got to get that excess energy out, don't you? All right, so at 14:29, so that'd be, subtract that from 80. But at any rate, we got a tie game. Gage Hensley with his first varsity goal, and we've got ourselves a tie game.
Second goal of the game, story number 10, Ty Starko.
Oh, Starko, never mind. 65-31. Starko, not Hensley. Ah, well, my eyes fail me once again. But all right.
Real tough to see.
Yeah, first of the year, but Starko did get a few last year from his defender position. Oh, and we'll call it all right. So, well, that certainly changes the dynamic here a little bit. As nice job there from Carter.
Yeah, Kahok's now got their tails up.
Yeah, it's nothing better than scoring. Nothing better than getting a goal. Now you gotta hold on. I'm not sure what the plan is. The shot there goes across the goal face, and it'll be a goal kick here for Henson. Now, with it being a non-conference game, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they'll just play. Not sure what the plan is. They're just going to go 80 minutes, and if it's a tie, it's a tie, or if they'll want to go and do extra time and or PKs, or maybe just go straight to PKs, which I think it's a decision that the coaches would have made. It's not like Triad have a very far drive, so we'll
These
see
kids got homework, Zach.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but it's 15 minutes up the road. It's not like, it's not like we're playing.
Student to athlete. Student comes first.
Student comes first, obviously, but I don't know. With a 7 o'clock start, you think maybe you could have gotten some homework done. On the bus, maybe. Or
yeah, they're not worried about it.
Yeah, and what is it? What is it? Second week of school. You're probably not stressing too much yet. Although I don't know. I mean, it's been a few years since I was in high school, so things could certainly have changed. As Carter able to get the takeaway there and push it up forward, and trying to find Suarez on run on, and Mikey able to get to it.
Middle.
And able to, nice defensive play there from Ede, the sophomore, making a big play.
Suarez could have got his head up just a touch sooner. He had
Hensley back in.
Right now, Cortez wide open in the middle.
And Hunnebrinker will do what he can to imitate Novich and see if he can get something out of it here. Throw-in comes in. That's a pretty good strike, and knocked around and just wide. I think that was Hernandez Mendoza again.
And every time it goes into that mixer, it is a scramble. It's like a game of jackpot.
Get it in there, ping pong around. Never know what can happen. That's really how really the first couple of goals here have been scored that way. So we'll see what happens. Headed on, McIntyre able to play it, and that'll go off of the legs there of Wheat. As throw-in will come to Henson. And at this point, now again, not knowing if you're, I wouldn't think at this point you'd want to play for the tie. There's 10 minutes left. You're still probably trying to win, right?
Of course, yes.
Especially against a
future
conference
team.
opponent, next town over. Definitely not the biggest rivalry, I would say, for either school, but definitely a rivalry. So, Collinsville and Triad hooking up in anything, there's maybe not as much in a sport like boys soccer, but, it's always a competitive contest, and no matter who you're playing, you always want to win, right?
Oh, yeah.
All played forward, chopped up into the middle, off of a head there of one of the Triad's players, but it goes over and will be goal kick for Henson, as the Knights will make a sub here. As
both teams kind of taking a breather after that goal, having a little bit of a lull now.
Kelly in, as I think Dudley heading to the bench, as Henson will strike that one forward. Carranza trying to get to it, and crossed up into the middle off the head of McIntyre. Getting it to Carranza, and over now for Hunnebrinker, and that is deflected by the Triad player right into the area between the benches, and so it'll be a throw-in from Hunnebrinker from right in front of Coach Jackson. Down there for Triad. Throw-in comes in from Hunnebrinker to nobody wearing the purple, and then a big body, and then a late whistle, which probably the right call, but you'd want to make that a little sooner, at least in my opinion. But
it's
a foul, but you want a bit of a late whistle. So it'll be a free kick from Triad from just just outside midfield, and ball will be launched forward, knocked around. Suarez didn't have any help, and
looks like he got an elbow there.
Yeah, poked in the eye. Feeling it a little bit, but it comes around off the feet of Hernandez Mendoza, finds the opposite number 20. That is Allison. And eventually the ball will work its way to Henson as
stoppage for a head injury.
Yeah, a little slow to get up there was one of the Triad players, and the referee will
he's got to come out now,
check on
right?
him. Yeah, if it deemed that there is contact to the head, then yeah, concussion protocol. That's Wheat, one of the goal scorers. I'm sure he wants to stay in, but it looks like the referee will.
He's definitely holding his head.
Yeah, it seems like he's okay, but he'll and drop it for Henson. So as
the modern game is a strange one sometimes.
Yeah, now, obviously emphasis on player safety. You don't want to. I mean, at the end of the day, it's high school athletics. Nobody, it's not it. It's serious, but it's not that serious. Don't want to see anybody get hurt. Ball comes up to Hernandez Mendoza off of the foot of Allison, and had a little bit of space there. Did try and able to push it forward, and that went off of the foot of Starko, and so Triad will have an opportunity here. Throw in be taken by Allison.
Starko did a good job not letting this man turn.
Yeah, Starko, returning starter from last year, definitely one of the defensive anchor from that sweeper position, as that headed away there by Hunnebrinker, but Triad able to keep possession of it. Giovanni, man, trying to provide some pressure.
Great
and
challenge.
Another strong challenge there from Carranza. Triad able to maintain possession, though. Still trying to apply the pressure. Crossing the box. Cleared away by Mann. Back into the box. And Carter will play it forward, but able to find Allison, who doesn't get the strongest touch on him, as Hernandez Mendoza is able to get it to him as both players go down. And
we got some
we have
afters.
A foul called on...
I think that'll be on the Knights.
On Allison? Or is it just going to be...
I think it'll be going out. It was after the fact and kind of...
Card to Hernandez Mendoza. Okay.
Yellow card issued, Collinsville.
So it'll be a free kick. Don't know that the contact justified a card, but maybe
it might have been some stuff.
Yeah, maybe some after curricular. Maybe said a couple of magic words, but it'll be a free kick here for Triad. As
you mean like abracadabra, Zach?
Sure, we'll go with that. Expelliarmus. Here is the so the free kick will be taken by Heffron from probably about right on the edge of the sideline. 6.5 to go here.
Really dangerous position.
Yep, as referee will gonna walk the line off.
Time to get the magic foam spray out.
There it is, right there. Yep, no farther. Starko made a step over, looked at the referee, and the referee didn't look back. So now at this
Love
point,
to see that.
Yeah, at this point, you'd probably take half a step forward. As Starko is providing some instructions here. As we are underway, cross into the middle, headed in for a goal. And is that Wheat again?
Yep.
Seems like they're giving him the congratulations, so that'll make it 3-2. Wheat with his second goal of the game.
It's a great header. Had all the work to do. Great ball in, had plenty of pace. He was about 10 yards at least from when he headed that. That's you get a lot behind that. Great header.
Colby Wheat. On the goal, 73-38. Wheat, his second of the
Collinsville will be disappointed to give that up. Almost the same, again, carbon copy from the last one. A couple men just getting in behind their line on those set pieces.
Yep. Not over with yet. Kahok's looking to, not over. Still the opportunity is Rangel Cortez able to get it off into the box and knocked around, and that'll be off. Call it a corner. Okay, I thought that went off of, Hensley, but the referee says different, so it'll be a corner here for Collinsville. Will be taken again by Suarez, and this is kind of what led to last Kahok goal, so maybe going to try and force something here. See if they can't get an equalizer here. Cross into the middle. It's a good one. It's knocked in for a goal.
There it is. Great header.
And looks like that was Carter.
Yes, it was.
He's the one celebrating.
DJ Carter had a great. The ball was fizzed, absolutely fizzed to the front post, and headed it straight into the ground.
Straight in. I'm gonna say off Carter.
It was like Carter had the header. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say off of Carter, not straight in. So we got a tie game here at all of a minute later.
Great back and forth contest here.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the more exciting soccer games I've done.
Collinsville Kahok's third goal of the game scored by number 18, TJ Carter. Time of the goal, 74-42, Carter.
And just over a minute later, Carter has an equalizer, and then he gets pushed in the back there from Kelly.
I'm surprised no card there.
No. Referee had a thing or two to say to Kelly, but
probably the last warning. And
it was like, hey, nothing more.
Just a talking to.
Yep. So under 5 to go, Kahawks will launch it forward off of the head of Rangel Cortez. Played up into the middle out to the other side.
Great track back.
Carter
doing his defensive duties as well.
Been all over the field for Collinsville.
Yeah, you love to see that. Getting in the trenches back.
Yep. Cross into the middle, scramble down, and Carranza will launch that into the Triad bench. Relieve the pressure just a little bit. Played back into the middle here for Lidekin. And he'll push it forward. Goes off the head of Carranza. And Hensley able to get a foot on it, but not a great touch, and so it'll be out of play for a throw-in, which will come from Novich, who hasn't had to do it in a while, but saw in the first half what he's capable of doing with those throw-ins. Throw-in comes in, and Carranza able to get to it, and pretty even contest as Rangel Cortez got hit by the turf monster a little bit, but Henson able to corral the loose ball. And
tell you what, if Suarez can get a hold of that and just have a quick turn, goalie for Triad is way out. Have yourself a good chip.
Yeah, out at the 15-yard line of the football field, so good 20 feet in front of the 18-yard box even, as that goes off of Rangel Cortez, and so it'll be a throw in here for, that's Allison, right at midfield. Goes off the head there. We have a foul, a little bit of a soft whistle, I felt like, but
yeah, you hate to see those kind of calls because he's just creating a barrier for himself and going up and making sure he doesn't get hit in the face by a back of the head. But we're not down there, so we'll give the referee benefit of the doubt on that one.
Yep. Free kick will be coming here from Eid. See, gets the arm up.
You gotta make sure to track that.
Crossed up into the middle. Suarez able to get a piece of it, knocked around, and cleared away, and will roll out of bounds. Be a throw-in for Triad. Under 2 minutes to go here.
Triad throwing all their numbers forward whenever they
got
can.
All 10 guys playing up in the box, and Collinsville, to their credit, of all 10 of their field players. What is it? 17 players in the 18-yard box. Headed away by Collinsville. Played back as far as the player for the throw-in. Nice pressure there from Rangel Cortez. And able to get it as far as Allison crossed into the middle, but nobody there wearing the red and white. Rangel Cortez will head it down. Triad still trying to apply some pressure. Crossed over onto the far side. And Hunnebrinker able to get a piece of it, and it will be cleared off the end line and then pushed up off the scoreboard. 1 minute to go. And that will be a corner kick for Triad.
They're going to look to take it quickly. Corner taken quickly.
Yep, going quickly, and nice job there by Starko. Stepping up to make the play. Cleared all the way back to Lidekin. Here over onto this side for Allison. 40 seconds to go. Nice job there by McIntyre, and unable to save it, but
well done,
get it out of play. And going quickly, our Triad get it through the legs and cleared away there by Giovanni Mann. And Suarez, both players go down, and referee says no advantage either way.
Interesting.
Lets them play on. Pushing forward into the box, and a huge tackle, and it goes over the crossbar.
Great tackle.
And that will be the end of, 10 seconds to go. And that will take us to the end of the game, and we'll see what exactly that will be. Or the end of regulation, and we'll see if that's... Well, everybody's getting up to leave, so I guess that'll be the end of it. All right, so no overtime, so final score 3-3.
Boy, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, that was... that got pretty interesting there in the last 15 minutes or so. Yeah, kind of a hectic result, but two quality programs going at it, and it winds up resulting in a draw, which you can't be too mad at.
No, yeah, always a good contest when Triad and Collinsville lock horns, and yeah.
So, yeah, 0-1-1 now are Collinsville, 1-0-1 now are Triad. Next action for both teams. Collinsville are in action Saturday morning with a trip up to Sangamon County to take on the Glenwood Titans. And Triad are off until next Tuesday when they host Father McGivney. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. I'd like to thank you all for watching. It's been a fun time. This was a fun game to call for you all. Big thank you to Matt Langley for helping us out here tonight.
Of course.
And, yeah. I will be sure to check out the Kahok Sports Network Facebook page to see when my next broadcast will be. I will, sure Todd will get in touch with you as to when the next one. I certainly wouldn't mind doing another one with you.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. We'd like to, once again, thank you all for watching. And until next time, everybody have a fantastic rest of your evening.